Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the Thai ED visa, that's the education visa. I've had some feedback recently in recent days where folks have told me, hey, we really appreciate what you're putting up and it's really nuanced and it's providing some insight with respect to the evolving state of the immigration system, but especially for first-timers, and I do know a lot of you folks that are stranded here in Thailand, it may be your first time ever dealing with Thai immigration matters, and there's a whole lot out there, and frankly, getting a handle on the fundamentals may be a bigger issue than anything under the current circumstances. So I've wanted to make these videos for a while. Things just have kept me from doing this, and I am doing a series where we sort of go back to basics. So what is the ED visa? It is a visa designed specifically for people to come to Thailand in order to take up a course of study here in the kingdom. Now, this course of study can be varied depending on what you're looking to study here in Thailand. So, Thai language courses are a popular course of study that's utilized for ED visa holders. Meanwhile, there are other things like Muay Thai can oftentimes be a basis for obtaining an ED visa. There are even certain religious studies which can be undertaken in Thailand which may warrant an ED visa. There are, of course, university programs, other seminars, certifications, which may also warrant an ED visa. It should be noted that in order to gain the actual ED visa, generally speaking, whatever program or course of study you're undertaking needs to be approved by the Thai Ministry of Education, and that, along with other types of documentation, are going to be required when applying for an ED visa. Now, generally speaking, you're going to need to seek your initial ED visa outside of Thailand and extend your status here in the country. There may be circumstances under the current COVID situation which may allow someone to sort of convert into ED status, but for at least the time being, it is not going to be possible, as of the time of this video, doing border runs is not really an effective way of gaining an ED visa, so that's not really on the table. But there are folks, and it has been noted that notwithstanding COVID and the restrictions associated therewith, it is possible to enter Thailand under ED status, provided one has the requisite documentation to show that they are in a course of study which is approved by both Ministry of Education and the immigration apparatus. So, to sort of sum up, the Thai ED visa is an education visa. The education program needs to be approved by Ministry of Education in order to provide immigration status associated therewith, and there may be even further requirements under the current COVID restrictions in order to get an ED visa and enter the Kingdom of Thailand.